Hi everybody, it's Dre here. Today I have a products I regret buying video for you. There's a couple things that I've been testing out over the last little while and they're not working out for me, and I figured I would bring you a video. I also recently did a huge declutter on my channel, and before I actually, I have decluttered these things from my collection, but before I actually get them out of my house, there's a couple things I just wanted to throw in here as well. So I have a handful of stuff in front of me. This is all stuff that didn't work out for me. If you love it, keep on loving it. That's as far as my disclaimer will go. We all know how that goes. Let's just jump right into the products that I think completely suck. If the lighting looks weird today, I'm really sorry. I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to get it right and I just can't get it right. So we'll just have to just trudge ahead and keep going regardless. Let's just start out with something that I had huge high hopes for and it's just not working out for me. This is the PAULAS Choice Resist Anti-Aging Serum Foundation. It says matte right on it. Flawless coverage that smooths fine lines. Mine is in the shade level 2. So PAULAS Choice is a really awesome skincare brand. I love them. I've been using their skincare for at least a year and a half. Consistently repurchasing same products that have worked out so well for me. I've just sung their praises a ton on my channel. And so I had really high hopes for their makeup. But this is not working out for me, you guys, at all. The color match is good. It has a pump. That's about as much good stuff as I can say about this. Everything else is no bueno. So first of all, this is a very thin consistency with a lot of pigment to it. When you first apply it to your face, and I've tried it with a brush, I had a beauty blender, it doesn't want to blend. Like, the pigment just wants to stay wherever you first touched it down on your face, and it just takes so much work to actually blend it into your skin. And usually a beauty blender is so good for doing that, and still I have to consistently go over it and over it and over it on my face. Once I get it blended in, it looks good for the first hour, but I have never had a foundation break down as quickly and as badly as this one does on my face. This just breaks down completely. At one point I was out shopping and it was all gone from my nose, and it just looked like my nose had no foundation and the rest of my face did. And then it was breaking down just on my entire T-zone. It looked so bad. I thought maybe it was the primer I was using that day, but then I gave it a few more shots and it just keeps doing that. So I am really kind of upset about this because it wasn't cheap. This brand is not cheap and it did not work out at all. So thumbs down to that one. I've really been enjoying Makeup Revolution products lately. I did purchase a whole bunch of them, did a big haul on it, and been loving a lot of them. One product I really like from them is their Vivid Baked Highlighter. They're beautiful. They're just beaming highlights. And I also recently picked up these two highlighters from them. These are called the Strobe highlighters. So I have here Moon Glow Lights and Everglow Lights. You guys, these just don't do anything. Really, they're just straight powder and they don't shine. They don't have any radiance to them. I guess what they're trying to go for here is kind of maybe the Hourglass powders, but it doesn't do anything. I'm just baffled over what these are even for. One product that I recently picked up in Winners is this. It's the BB Bumble and Bumble Classic Hairspray. So I was in need of a new hairspray. I like to go to Winners because, I don't know, I just feel like they're good deals, and hairspray to me, as long as it keeps my hair in place, there's not much difference one to the next. So I bought this one. Bumble and Bumble is a great brand. I love a lot of their stuff. This is a great hairspray. It keeps your hair right where you want it. It does its job. The thing about this is the worst smelling product I have ever smelled in my entire life. Across all categories, this is the worst smell I've ever smelled from a beauty product. It's awful. So it's very hard to describe. To me, it's almost like they were trying to do a cucumber scent, but there's also a cinnamon scent in with it as well. And it's so heavy and disgusting. So a lot of the time when I'm doing hairspray, I'll go do it outside because my husband's sensitive to smells and he hates just hairspray smell in general. So I'll just go outside, and even when I'm outside spraying my head with this, it just is so noxious that it's awful. So I'm going to finish this up because, you know, it does its job and it's hairspray, but the scent, I don't know what they were thinking on this. It's just horrible. So this next product, a lot of people love it, and I've tried to love it, and there's things about it I like, but I can't anymore with this. This is the House of Lashes eyelash adhesive. So it's eyelash glue. This is the black one. I think they have a clear one. And it's just a little brush tip. It comes out like this. There's a couple things I really hate about this. Number one, you have to be so careful when you pull it out, because if you just kind of, you know, even normally pull it out and put it back in, it sprays everywhere. And so often I will get eyelash glue on my fingernails, which is hard to get off, and it looks horrible because it's black. So that's number one. Number two with this, actually using it for eyelashes, the thing I love is that it gets tacky so much faster than any other eyelash glue that I own. So it makes putting on eyelashes really easy. When I go to take this off, and I've tried different eye makeup removers, it never gets the glue off my eyelashes. So even though I can, you know, take off the false eyelash, put it to the side, the glue stays behind, and I can never get it out of my eyelashes. Like literally, it'll be there 2 days later and I'll still be finding little bits and bobs and pulling it out of my eyelashes. And it's just so sticky and gooey. Like it doesn't kind of solidify where you can just pull it out and it just kind of comes right off. It stays there and it gets kind of gooey and sticky. And I can't anymore with this. It's just way too much work to get this out of my eyelashes, even though I like the way it applies to begin with. I've got a couple skincare things here. Now, skincare in general, obviously it's very different for everybody. It depends on your skin type. But both of these things in particular, I haven't seen any results. I haven't seen them do what they say they're gonna do. So this is from the brand DreaCN. This is the Hylamide Pore Control Daily Visible Oil and Pore Control Serum. So the reason I bought this, again, is because I'm super oily and I'm always looking for ways to stay matte. And this is supposed to be a mattifying serum. The instructions say you're supposed to put it on twice before you put on your moisturizer, which it's a very involved process. You can see, like, I've used half of this already trying to get it to work. Literally just have never seen any results. It has never made me more matte, and it hasn't like reduced the size of my pores. So I'm just gonna stop using that altogether. I'm gonna throw it in my empties, even though it's not completely empty. And the other thing, same reason, because this is supposed to be mattifying and it doesn't do anything. This is the Fresh Umbrian Clay Purifying Facial Toner. It says mattifies the skin and minimizes the appearance of pores. So this actually, I don't know if you could tell, but you can kind of see it's not shaken up. There's this thick amount of mud down here, and I guess that's the Umbrian clay, and then just whatever fluid, and then what you're supposed to do is mix it up, and you just apply it to your face, you know, in the order where you would put a toner. It just, again, have not seen any results or any difference, and I'm down to there and there. You know, I guess I could keep using it to see, but I figure like 1/3 of the bottle would be enough to know if it's making a difference. I've got 2 drugstore contouring products here. The first is this one. This is the Essence Shape Your Face Contouring Palette. This is in the shade Ready Set Pink. There's 2 different kinds. There's one that has an orange blush. So this has a contour powder, I guess a highlighting or setting powder, and a blush. So this is why I don't like this. I actually do like this contouring powder. I think it's really good. It's a good shade, it's matte, it blends in really nicely. So the contouring powder, I'm not mad at it. The middle shade is why I'm like so puzzled over what this palette even is. The middle shade is like this matte shade of white or ivory. It's like this translucent almost, like it really just does nothing. I've tried using it to set my under eye and it doesn't work. It's almost like you have nothing there, it just creases and what have you. But I don't get it. Like, even if you're trying to use it to brighten your under eye, there's no pigment to it. So it doesn't brighten your under eye, and it's certainly not like a shimmery highlighter. So I don't even understand why this is in there. And then the blush is just kind of meh. Like, the blush is an okay color. It's a matte shade, but it has sparkle in it, but the sparkle doesn't actually go onto your cheeks, so why is there even sparkle in it? You know, it's just one of those really confusing products. The blush is a pretty color, but really I just don't get it. I wish they just would have done this just by itself instead of trying to hop onto the contouring palette trend. The next thing is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. Now there's two different types of this, and I've only tried this one. This is the shimmer strobing one. There's one that's actually a matte kind of contouring one, and this is just as a highlighter. So a couple of things I don't like. Number one, every time you open it, that huge cracking sound, I hate it. So that's just a little what have you. But the actual product itself, they're super pigmented. I mean, you can see like that is intense, right? The thing I don't like is when you actually put them on your face, they look like powder. Like they never look like they're fully blended into your skin. It doesn't look skin-like in any way, and it never gets rid of that powdery look that, you know, it has when you first apply it. So I'm not a fan, especially the price tag. Physicians Formula is definitely the more expensive of a drugstore brand, and for that reason I'm just like, nah, save your money, get a different highlighter. I recently purchased from ColourPop for the first time in like 2 years, and I tried a few different things. The eyeshadows I'm really enjoying, and a couple of the lip products I'm really liking as well. But I did want to try out one of their brow products when I placed the order. This is the ColourPop Brow Pencil in Dope Taupe. I am not a fan of this. So it's one of those that has a micro tip on this side and then the spoolie on the other side. This spoolie is fine. The micro tip is fine, but the product itself, I just found like it doesn't have that glide like the Anastasia one has, and it's just very patchy looking. Like I've never seen my eyebrows look so patchy as they did when I used this. It didn't blend well at all, and kind of product grabs on in certain areas and it doesn't grab on in other areas. And that's, you know, it's kind of hard to describe, but they just looked like drawn on eyebrows that were unblended, and they looked super uneven. Sometimes you take product recommendations from people you trust on YouTube, and even though you love that person, it still doesn't work out. And Tati has been going on and on for months about how much she loves this Pantene dry shampoo. And I could not find it. I couldn't find it in store for the longest time. Finally ordered it off Amazon. It took forever to get to me. I was so excited because finally I wanted to try it out. And it literally does nothing. Like, I don't get it. This is one of those dry shampoos that is completely clear, so it has no white cast at all. And maybe that's the thing. Oh, I don't like the smell of it either. It's very kind of perfumey but alcohol-y. It doesn't have a nice scent. Kind of smells like hairspray. Anyway, for me, these kind of clear dry shampoos never get rid of the oil that I have on my scalp. I have an oily scalp, but now with dyed hair I have very, very dry kind of ends, but my scalp has still remained oily, and it always has been my entire life. And these kind of dry shampoos that leave behind, like, they just look invisible. They just don't work on me. They just add greasiness, it seems, to my scalp, whereas like the talc based ones, or the ones that are white, like the Batiste or the Dry Bar Detox ones, those always like just suck up the oil. I brush them out and I just look refreshed, but this, no go. I recently put these in my monthly fails, but I just figured I'd throw them in here in case you haven't seen that video. These are both from the Body Shop. This is the lip butter in strawberry, and then this is called the Born Lippy. I don't know what the difference is. They obviously look different in terms of packaging, but this is the Born Lippy and watermelon. Both of these smell amazing. Like, this smells like candy watermelon, you know, but this one, it smells absolutely delicious. Oh, it's so good, the strawberry one. Both of these, you know what they do? They just dry out your lips further. Like, if you have dry lips and you're looking to add moisture, this is not your friend. You just feel like your lips just very dry, just continually getting drier and drier. And I don't know, I think it's some kind of racket where they just want you to buy more, so they actually dry out your lips. So you'll buy more thinking that you need more because you have dry lips, but really they just don't moisturize at all. So these last two things I have actually decluttered, but before I actually get rid of them, I wanted to talk about them. This is also from Makeup Revolution. This is, my guess, is kind of their ripoff of the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. That's kind of what the packaging looks like to me. And this is called the Iconic Matte Nude Revolution Lipstick. This is in the shade Lust. It's a really beautiful peachy pink matte shade. Where am I gonna swatch this for you? We're running out of spots. You can see right there. Super, super beautiful color. This grabs on to any dryness on your lips like nobody's business. It looks so crusty and gross, like I cannot even. And you know, I exfoliate my lips all the time. I have matte lipsticks that don't do this, so I know it's not just me. Something about this formula where it just grabs onto everything and makes it look totally yucky. So unfortunately, even though I really just bought this, it's not working. And I have tried it over a lip liner thinking maybe that would work, but that's still same result. So that needs to go. The last things are these Sephora colorful blushes. This is in the shade Sweet on You. This is in the shade Can't Stop Smiling. I bought both of these when I was in a phase of really wanting to buy peach blushes. Like I was all about trying to find peach blushes. There's that one. That one is Sweet on You. Can't Stop Smiling is a little bit of a lighter peach. Right there, that one's a lot lighter. This one is just really not a good shade on me because it's so light, but you know, it gave me the same result as this one. They don't last. They literally stayed on my cheeks for maybe like 2 hours, and then I was like, well, where did it go? They're gone. Like there's nothing left behind. So these I'm not a fan of at all, which is a shame because starting out, like, beautiful colors, but they just don't last on the cheeks. Okay guys, so that is it for my recent product regrets. I have a few others of these on my channel. I've done this kind of video a couple times before, so I'll try to find those and link them below for you if you're interested in things that I do not recommend. Do you guys have any recent regrets, like anything new that you've tried out that is awful, god awful, that I need to avoid? Please let me know down in the comments. And subscribe if you haven't yet. I'd love to have you around in my future videos. So that's it for today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're treating yourself well. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.